Good morning, everybody. This is Eureka John with Eureka Street Crypto Hub, broadcasting from Canyon Lake, Texas, and it is 6:57 in the morning. It is raining and thundering out. You may be able to hear the thunder in the background, and so I had to find refuge in a little canopy area, and as you can see, I got actually a spotlight right on me, so it created some good lighting. But here, I'll show you guys. Kind of, it's just this weird little canopy area. There's a basketball court right there, volleyball court, and some other stuff, frisbee golf. So seemed like a good little spot. And it's been raining, and but I did not want to stop my consecutive streak of shows. I'm making it happen every single day with some crypto updates and extra whatever I happen to learn. So this is what this is. This is my video blog. It tracks my crypto progress. I'm documenting it, and every single day I learn something new, whether or not it's raining or storming or what. I remember when I broadcasted in the middle of our blizzard that we had in Texas too. So it is August 2nd, 2021, 6:58 in the morning from Canyon Lake, Texas. Okay, so, yeah. And I'm not sponsored by anybody and not shilling anything, of course. And I'm not your teacher, and you don't want to learn anything from me anyway. As far as price movements and stuff like that, that's not what I'm here to try to convey. But I do look at price, which I'm going to right now. Bitcoin is $39,562.52. Ethereum is $2,589.58. Binance is $333.70. All I see is a bunch of red all the way down for the past 24 hours, except for the stable coins and maybe 0.3% and 0.4% on Polkadot and Uniswap. Let's see where we are. Polkadot's at 18.21. The Doge is at 20 cents. Uniswap 22.28. Chainlink is at 22.64. So Chainlink shot up yesterday quite a bit. We have Bitcoin Cash at 562.32. Litecoin at 144.04. Solana 34.62, up 19.7% in the past 7 days. So the big movers in the past 7 days have been Chainlink, Uniswap, Polkadot, Theta Network 587, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum Classic, sorry. Let's see, I'm interested in where two tokens are right now. Let's check the graph. Well, hold on, I saw Quant there. Quant's been moving quite a bit lately, 108% in the past 7 days. Quant is sitting at 164.13, and I know I've talked about Quant a couple times, and Quant's kind of like the over ledger for all the bankers to be able to communicate back and forth to each other. I think it's taking Ripple's place in a way. So a lot of the people that have invested in a Ripple would also invest in Quant. I did buy some Quant a long time ago, which I'm glad I did, because I've made like quadruple more than that. Actually, I bought in at like $13 or $12 or $13. So it's doing pretty well. It's worth 164.13 now. So I don't know. It's just one of those tokens that I just kind of randomly decided I was going to cover, and I did, and it sounded pretty promising, so I bought a bit more. So that's exactly what I'm doing here on this show. I'm just covering every single little bit of, anything to do with crypto, and I'll find something like Quant, and I'll just be like, all right, that's it. And I've done pretty well on several others too. BTCST, for that, I did good on that, and I ended up cashing out of that, and cashed out pretty well on that. So let's see here. So I wanted to look at the graph. So GRT is that ticker, and I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, 60. So it's down 9.8% right now, 65 cents. Let's see where we are. If I can get the graph, literally to get the graph to pull up. In the past, okay, so let's see where we are. Price chart. So the past 7 days we were up 19.7%. Okay, that's not too shabby, and it's pretty much on par with everything else. Okay, so let me see energy web token. That's another one. The reason I'm saying is because there's been a lot of development lately with these subgraphs on the graph, and I've been seeing some tweets about it, and it seems pretty fascinating to me. I'll cover it in more depth when I get home. I'm going home today, by the way, so tomorrow's show will not be a road show. I'll be back in my office studio and be able to, like, you know, really navigate on my own computer. You know, it just feels better. Yeah, it just feels better. Yeah. So energy web token's not doing. I mean, it's been done a lot better in the past. It's $7.39. So yeah, I mean, it's lightning and thunder is getting pretty rowdy out here. Let's see here. I feel like the weatherman. Oh my God, it's a terrible storm, and we're gonna have world destruction and chaos if we don't shelter now. Let's see here. Okay, so that's that. All right. Anyway, some of the articles that I wanted to look at. I was going through my Twitter feed, and I saw, where is it? I saw this right here. Tesla's Australian battery project bursts into toxic flames. So, apparently, a massive fire has reportedly broken out at Australia's largest Tesla battery project and is set to burn throughout the night. A toxic smoke warning has been issued in the area of the fire. And this was, let's see when this was. I think this was like maybe a couple days ago. July 30th. So yeah. A toxic smoke warning has been issued in the area of the fire, which one fire official said could burn for 8 to 24 hours. A 13-ton... Okay. ABC News Australia reports that a fire broke out at Australia's largest Tesla's battery project recently and is set to burn throughout the night. The fire broke out during the testing of a Tesla Megapack at the Victorian Big Battery site near Geelong. A 13-ton lithium battery burst into flames, which then spread to an adjacent battery bank, further igniting the blaze. Over 150 people from Victoria Fire Rescue and the Country Fire Authority arrived on the scene to battle the flames. Let's take a look at these batteries. Now, each of these batteries, hold on, if I can get to pull up. Alright. So each of these batteries right here are about the size of a fire truck and a half. So yeah, they look like, it looks like a circuit board, like literally from the air. But no, it's not a circuit board. This is an actual battery, and each of these are about as long as a fire truck and a half. So kind of gives you some context there. Let's see here. Let's look at the rest of these photos. Yeah. So it's pretty gnarly, and it's spreading to the other batteries. The heat, and you can't just put out lithium, you know, just like you would any other type of fire. You pretty much just have to let it burn, and whatever toxic fumes come from that process, well, you're stuck with it. So yeah. So all the neighboring areas, and Melbourne is a pretty large city from what I understand. So let's see here. The CFA's Assistant Fire Chief Officer Ian Berwick said, if we try and cool them down, it just prolongs the process, but we could be here anywhere from 8 to 24 hours while we wait for it to burn down. A toxic smoke warning has been issued in the area. Residents have been warned to close windows, close fireplace flues, and bring their pets inside to the Batesford, Bell, Post Hill, Lovely Banks, and Moorabool areas. So I don't know where that is, so maybe that's near Melbourne. The Tesla battery was paid for by renewable energy company Neoen. In 2017, Musk promised to solve Australia's energy issues following the series of blackouts across South Australia. Musk has long been a champion of a climate change preventing initiative. In 2017, announced he would be departing from all future presidential councils in protest of former President Donald Trump's decision to pull the U.S. out of Paris Climate Accord. This is kind of a kick in the butt here. Many were quick to ridicule the decision by Musk, including Senator Ted Cruz. Cruz mocked Musk's outrage, pointing out that he regularly travels around the country in his own private jet. If the billionaire CEO was so dedicated to reducing the world's carbon output, Cruz snarked, he would choose to fly commercial planes rather than private ones. As much as I don't really like Cruise, he does fly commercial. Um, even if he's going down to Cancun while the rest of the country is in lockdown, he still flies commercial airlines. So anyway, in support. So all right. So yes, what the point of it? I wasn't meant to sit here and snark on either Elon Musk or Ted Cruz, but the point is I recognize this company here, the energy company Neoen, and also this Tesla battery project, and I wondered if this was the same battery project that was happening over in, where is it? Let's see, I was investigating Neoen, did not find what I needed to find, and then I went off on down some other rabbit hole over here, and I just kind of, literally like a golden retriever, went, rabbit! You know, but, okay. So, I found this blog post, and this blog post, I guess, got moved from another blog post to this one, and it's Pedro Porky now. It used to be like HSVGTS or something, .medium.com. But anyway, he makes some good points, and he follows this rabbit trail, and that's what I thought this was. South Australia switches on the world's largest lithium-ion battery. Okay, so what's happening is this person here, or whoever originally created this blog, did some investigation and found some indirect correlation with Tesla, Elon Musk, and the Energy Web Token project, and all that stuff. So that's, and I saw this way back, originally on Chico Crypto's show, where he does a bunch of correlation between Elon Musk and Tesla and the Energy Web Token. So, you know, I went back, okay, back in episode, I think it was 26 or 27, I did a whole, you know, fundamentals of Energy Web Token. So if you want to know more about the Energy Web Token, go back to that episode. You know, it was at the level of my understanding of crypto back then, but I still think I did an okay job with it. So go back and listen to it. It's like, yeah, episode 26 or 27, somewhere right back around then. Anyway, so he's saying his disclaimer, I am in no way saying Tesla has a partnership with the Energy Web Foundation. From previous articles I have written, it is obvious Tesla are partners with several companies that the Energy Web Foundation are also partners with. So I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. This does not mean Tesla are working directly with the Energy Web Foundation, but maybe so. These articles I have written in regards to Tesla and their indirect connection with via partners of Energy Web is more about educating people on the scope of what the Energy Web Foundation are doing and on what scale and who is. So anyway, yeah, there is a large scope of what is going on. It's not just Tesla, it is the energy industry as a whole that is going completely blockchain, and they're going from complete centralization top down to decentralization. There's an article by Jeffrey Can that I read yesterday as well. So let's see, GE off. He's a writer on energy in the oil and gas field, more or less, and hold on, let's see here. And I pulled up his article yesterday on I mean, everything he writes on energy in the blockchain. So let me see here. Let me see. I think I bookmarked his article, and I wasn't going to bring it up because a lot of it is just kind of like motivational fluff. But yeah, he does make some good points, and I wanted to pull that up. Okay, well, I can't find that article right now. I don't think I've bookmarked it. But the point is he talked about Moore's Law, which is when things develop, they develop exponentially, and you know, 40% increase per year when technology starts to develop, and then also on there's Moore's Law. Why can't? Oh my God, it's at the tip of my tongue. The networking law. There are as many nodes, and then times the root of itself. it's on the tip of my tongue, and it's gonna come to me later on this afternoon when I'm driving. Oh my god, dude. All right, so anyway, those two laws are what you have to find in current technology. Forget it. All right, so forget that point. Anyway, Jeffrey Cam brings this out, and you have to look for technology that has these two laws in place, ready to go. And this is one that I believe is the energy industry is going to be starting at the nodes out and then moving in. And that's what's happening. It's transitioning from a top-down power structure to one where it'll be all the power will be gathered from the nodes. And I'll tell you what I mean by that here in a second. Okay, Tesla turns on the world's largest lithium-ion battery in South Australia. So, in a series of tweets, Tesla CEO and product architect Elon Musk offered to build South Australia the most powerful battery ever made in just 100 days. This offer came after South Australia experienced one of the worst storms in recent years, which brought down power lines and other integral infrastructure, resulting in a statewide blackout. And I think this is right around the time of all those major fires in Australia as well. When asked if the offer was serious or merely a publicity stunt, Musk tweeted, "Tesla will get the system installed and working 100 days from contract signature, or it's free. Is that serious enough for you?" Weeks later, Musk touched down in South Australia to announce the joint project to the world. In its first test run, the battery pumped 59 megawatts per hour of power into South Australia's grid in order to meet peak demand. So, Tesla's 20 Tesla power packs comprise 100 megawatts of mega battery system, which can provide up to 129 megawatts of energy, powered by French energy firm Neoen's Hornsdale Wind Farm, which is located 200 kilometers north of Adelaide. The 100 megawatt battery system stores enough energy to provide power to 30,000 homes for 8 hours or 60,000 homes for 4 hours. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, right? A huge success, though, for South Australia. Tesla's 100 megawatt battery will effectively reduce intermittency issues and help manage the increased demand during summer peak loading periods. The South Australian government should be congratulated for ensuring their energy supply is not only sustainable, but will help solve power shortages, reduce variability, and manage summertime peak load. So, a lot of this right now is great for managing these huge surges and peaks. Texas could probably have used that during the blizzard freeze. Things like that really bring out the vulnerabilities of the system when you have a top-down type of architecture. So the power packs, some key points about them: manufactured integrated battery systems in cars for 10 years is the Tesla power packs. Tesla has put the same degree of expertise, quality control, and technological innovation into developing high-performance batteries for the grid. Each power pack stores 500 kilowatts per hour worth of electricity and can be stacked to provide 10,000 kilowatts per hour of energy storage, just like the South Australian installation. So that's a lot of power. Power Pack supports a host of applications that offer businesses greater control, efficiency, and reliability, including peak shaving, discharge at times of peak demand to avoid high charges, load shifting, shift energy consumption to avoid paying high energy prices, and emergency backup, provide intermediate backup power to your business in the event of a power outage, and demand response, discharge your battery instantly to alleviate peaks in the system load. The most sophisticated battery in the world, each power pack is a DC energy storage device containing 16 individual battery pods, a thermal control system, and hundreds of sensors that monitor and report on cell level performance. So anyway, let's go down. Some known facts: Energy Web Foundation and the D3A connection. So the D3A is a, hold on, let me click on this and enlarge it so we can see. I don't know if you can read that, but I'll kind of read some highlights for you. Okay, so the D3A is important here. So they say the legacy 20th century model of centralized top-down electricity grid dispatch needs to be rethought. Rather than bolt-on approaches for renewable and distributed energy resource grid integration, technological and other advances now make it possible to entirely rethink the way the grid operates, with energy and balancing built from the grid edge first, the nodes first. Operating under an evolving set of principles, a decentralized recursive transactive energy market can achieve deep carbonization, improve access to energy services for all customers, expand customer choice, and enhance grid resilience. The Energy Web Foundation's dual-pronged approach of Energy Web blockchain and the Decentralized Autonomous Area Agent, D3A, developed by Energy Web Foundation co-founder Grid Singularity, together offer a pathway for achieving this vision. The Energy Web blockchain is an open-source network with unique governance, privacy, and scaling features tailored specifically for the energy sector. Blockchain's unique ability to manage immutable, unchangeable data, provide trustless consensus, and administer digital assets on a decentralized, cryptographically secure computing environment offers the potential to incorporate a dramatic increase in the number of controlled devices into electricity markets and enable customers to transact with each other directly. So I can transact with my neighbor if we both have the power walls in our garage connected to the power grid, and say, for instance, I have an excess power, or I'm going out of town for the week or for the month or whatever, and I'm going to have all this extra energy, and it is piping hot outside, and say my neighbor doesn't needs to cool his house quite a bit. I can sell some of that directly to my neighbor without having to go through the power company in order to do so, because it's decentralized using this Energy Web token, and also using let's see, where is it here, using this auto bidder. So this is the auto bidder, real-time market operations. Autobidder provides independent power producers, utilities, and capital partners the ability to autonomously monetize battery assets. Autobidder is a real-time trading and control platform that provides value-based asset management and portfolio optimization, enabling owners and operators to configure operational strategies that maximize revenue according to their business objectives and risk preferences. Autobidder is part of Autonomous Control, Tesla's suite of optimization software solutions. So yeah, and then it says here, Autobidder is successfully operating at Hornsdale Power Reserve in South Australia, and through market bidding that has added competition to drive down energy prices. Okay, so the Hornsdale Power Reserve, that big, huge battery complex that Elon Musk built, that's the first one. But the one that caught fire here is not that particular battery reserve, but it is a second one. Once the first one was successful and they tested out this auto bidder and everything worked great and they were super happy and patted each other on the butt and all that stuff, they built the second one over here, and that caught fire. So that's why I wanted to look at the price of the Energy Web token to see if by chance there were any type of correlations. But with every single new development, there comes crap like this, failures and stuff like that. I do think that this auto bidder program right here is a really, really cool idea. The fact that its power would be decentralized on the blockchain, that you would be able to have this software on your computer to buy and sell power at a whim as you needed, without the help of the power company, through your own solar panels or however you chose to acquire power and have it stored in your power wall. You could participate in the economy, whether you were just a single individual user or whether you were somebody owning a gigantic power plant that could catch on fire and cause tons of mass pollution and toxic air to shut down entire towns. But this does present a problem. What happens if one of those lithium batteries in your garage catches fire while you're trying to charge your Tesla or whatever, and then it starts spreading throughout the neighborhood? Then you have fires that you can't put out and uncontrollable and causing mass toxic pollution throughout the town or the neighborhood or the city even, or the country, depending on the size of the country. So there's some issues here, issues that we have to work out. And then with every technology, there comes issues. So but anyway, I'm still excited about this type of technology, about being able to eliminate, the large people, the huge players. But not so easily done. Okay, so not some tech geek is not just going to walk into huge energy companies, like Shell and BP and all those other large energy companies, and going to be able to say, hey, I have this better green idea. They're going to just basically tell you to screw off. But the Energy Web Foundation and the Energy Web token does have a pretty high-powered set of validators, though. So there are some big players being involved in this. Here are the validators in the network. The validators are the people that are running the nodes. You can't, not just every schmo, everyday person can run a node for the Energy Web token. You have to be big and powerful. You have to be a large corporation, and preferably, probably surrounding energy or some type of networking or technology space. Let's look at some of these people here. We have Shell. We have, there's a bunch of worldwide organizations that I'm not educated enough to know about. Tenaska, I know about Tenaska. Here's the Energy Web validator. Here's Austin Consultants, AES. Let's see who else we have. APG, Acciona, ASA Automation, Community Electricity, Deutsche Erdwarme, EDF, Electric Blue, Electrobras, Elia Group, Velocity, FlexiDAO. I'll get to that in a second. Gnosis. All these are research oriented or huge companies, pretty much. So Vodafone right here. But yeah, just saying, the large companies are still involved. This is not some kind of revolution of the common person jumping in and trying to step on in and become a validator and democratize the world's energy. No, not necessarily. The cool thing about the auto bidder is you'll at least have the power to, if it ever gets put in place for the average person, which probably not, but interesting to think about. So anyway, let's go further down this. Now that we know who the D3A is and the Energy Web Foundation, Edvald Hess, is the co-founder of CEO in Singularity, and let's see here, Grid Singularity is also the company. Grid Singularity. And okay, so here we go. They make this power bidder. And we are building open source, customized energy exchanges to enable, local marketplaces that interconnect to form a smart transactive grid. So they are building this auto bidder program and creating this this energy marketplace that is developing, instead of this top-down, kind of warlord style, doling out the energy and shutting off and on the grid at will. They're creating the open source customized energy exchanges to enable local marketplaces that interconnect to form a smart transactive grid. So I will link this in the video description as well, so you can take a look more at Grid Singularity, distributed energy market, how we are democratizing energy. Here, Energy Web Chain, the open source platform for energy apps. D3A places the individual and the environment at the center of every environment, of every market. Now, that's an amazing ideology. Let's see how the reality plays out, like I said. Sorry if I'm a little skeptic about that and cynical, but we all know how ideology works out when it comes to practicality, if you've ever seen any type of communist government. Built by experts and innovators, meet the team, and inventorizing the annual Blockchain Energy Summit. Okay, so yeah, you can learn more there. Let's take a quick look at this team. All right, I can get the load. Grid Singularity. Edvald Hess. He is the co-founder and CEO. Extremely smart guy. All these people are. Gavin Wood. Here is the one that I wanted to talk about. Gavin Wood is one of the original Ethereum folks, over in Zug, Switzerland, and helped build Ethereum. Dude's insanely smart. So Gavin Wood of Grid Singularity. Dr. Wood was the Chief Technology Officer and co-founder of the Ethereum project. He's the co-designer of the Ethereum protocol, author of its formal specification, and is the creator and author of the first functional Ethereum implementation. Dr. Wood designed and stewarded the Solidity language, so he built the damn language, was the project chief of the IDE, and designed and implemented the Whisper protocol. He has pushed state-of-the-art in analysis tools and programming languages, as well as co-founded several technology startups. He has presented to numerous audiences around the world, from keynotes at regional technology conferences to musings on the future of the legal system at Harvard. He holds a PhD in science from the University of York. His initiative is the Polkadot protocol, which will connect public and private blockchains so they can interoperate. So now he's building Polkadot. So I mean, it tells you this project, Energy Web Token, everything going on has a lot of power behind it, especially when Gavin Wood gets involved. So, that being said, it's definitely something to follow. It's why I have a bag of Energy Web Token coins, and I've held on to them for a while. They've really absolutely done nothing, and they've actually lost value right now. But this is one of those things that I think is going to take a long time to grow momentum, because companies like this don't move fast, okay? So that's all I got to say. Anyway, let's go back to this article, and this article is amazing, so I really recommend reading it. Edvald Hess says, "We're thrilled that Tesla, as one of the first flex asset vendors, offers AI trading agents for their products. The API of our local energy exchange, D3A.io, was made for these trading agents." So let's look at D3A. Here's the website, and I will also put this in the video notes. And let's see here. So anyway, whatever. I'll put that in the video notes. I need to move down this article because I'm running out of time. I didn't even get to talk about the graph today. D3A is running on Energy Web Chain. We're building the decentralized autonomous area agent, which gets even more directly to the heart of how we manage and operate a heavily decentralized grid. It's a transactive energy market design platform operating on top of the Energy Web Chain. And then who is in cooperation with Tesla? It's the D3A. And who owns those huge, large battery farms to run the decentralized energy grid? Tesla does. Tesla went and built all that. So it's a crazy, not partnership, because they don't want to say partnership, but it's a partnership. Okay? I'm sure you get it. So anyway, it offers a framework that pushes the bounds of what is possible, running the electricity market in an entirely different way. Rather than take the legacy of centralized system and try to extend its reach ever deeper into customers and services at the grid edge, it flips electricity grid balancing on its head. The D3A balances the grid from the edge up, not the top down. While Grid Singularity has significantly contributed to Energy Web Foundation development and the launch of the Energy Web Chain, its role today is supervisory and advisory, with 2 Grid Singularity representatives serving on the Energy Web Foundation Council. The Energy Web Chain is the blockchain of choice for D3A's future blockchain implementation. So they're trying to keep all the large companies directly out of it and keep the Energy Web Foundation kind of more of a non-associated entity that doesn't have to do with any type of profit garnering business. This is what I'm assuming from it. I could be wrong. But, they all run it and sit on the advisory board and stuff like that. So, they're over there. Anyway. So Grid Singularity here, this says energy resources with trading strategies for bottom-up optimal market powered with D3A.io. Check out Tesla's Auto Bidder. Yay! And then it goes here to talk about Francesco Guzzi, the graduate of InnoEnergy Master's School, shares his experience landing the job of his dreams at Tesla. And then Simone Acquarnero shares his experience. Shares his experience from EIT, InnoEnergy, MSC Energy, and Smart Cities to co-founder of FlexiDAO, one of the leaders in applying blockchain in the energy sector. And who is one of the validators? FlexiDAO.gmbh. Where are you at, FlexiDAO? I saw you. Here you are. FlexiDAO was created to accelerate the transition towards a decarbonized and decentralized energy industry, leveraging blockchain applications. FlexiDAO's mission is to effectively coordinate millions of distributed energy resources into the grid. Its logo, the octopus, represents the vision. 2/3 of their neurons are located in their tentacles, what scientists call a decentralized brain. Utilities need to become an octopus too, locating their brain at the edge of the grid. For that purpose, FlexiDAO offers utilities white label blockchain applications on top of a middleware platform that can then access any blockchain infrastructure in an enterprise-grade, secure way. So yes, back to this article. So you see where FlexiDAO is, and these two guys here are both together, working together. They're probably good friends and roommates or whatever, and one of them landed a job at Tesla and the other one is at FlexiDAO. Obviously it can be seen that Francesco Guzzi and Simone Acquinero are on the same website and studied together, and after more research I discovered they're linked together on LinkedIn. So they're friends. I don't know, I mean, how many people are you actually friends with on LinkedIn? That's for sure. But but FlexiDAO is a validator on the energy web chain. And then Tesla applies for license to become UK electricity provider. And then the purpose of the license from the energy regulator may be to introduce the company's auto bidder platform, the report said, citing a company source. The application did not make clear why Tesla has applied for the license, the Telegraph reported. An auto bidder is a platform for automated energy trading and is currently being operated at Tesla's Horndale Power Reserve in South Australia, and also I believe at that one that caught fire. So here's Tesla's auto bidder program, and then the tweet by Holger Schneiderwind, founder of Energy Democracy. Note who he's tagged. So Holger Schneiderwind is an energy lawyer and policy advisor. He has a decade of experience in energy policy with particular interest and expertise in prosumer subjects. And if I ran the auto bidder out of my house, I would be a prosumer, especially related to alternative and renewable energy. As consultant for German Energy Consumer NGO, he worked on the birth and rise of prosumers along Germany's pioneering and energy transition. So who does he tag here? He tags Tesla and IBM. So interesting. Okay, let's see here. And Tesla's virtual power plant. There's a whole video expanding to 50,000 something. I don't want to watch this video, but it's there for if you want to watch it. And how blockchain can manage future electricity. And so here's an article right here. You can go read that if you want. So anyway, his conclusion is only time will tell if all these indirect connections between Tesla and the Energy Web Foundation in this article and previous articles written materialize into something further. This article is not about speculation, but known facts that are out there in the public who can be seen by anyone. Anyway, I found this. I thought it was really interesting. And then, it originally started from looking at this fire of this power grid, and I was just like, is this the same one that I know about, that I've talked about before on this show here? And it wasn't the same one, but it's after the same model. It's a second version of the first one, and it's their second attempt at creating this, and it just so happens to have created a bunch of pollution and stuff like that, and seems to be right now having some major problems. But it's interesting to track the progress of what's going on and some incidents like this that can happen with technology. So yes, it's a stumbling block. It is something that they need to evaluate. How can they prevent this again? And with every bit of technology, you have to figure out how to prevent incidents like this. So anyway, I just found it interesting, and I hope you guys did too. I've been going on for 38 minutes. Jesus, wow. Okay, so I'm not going to get to talk about the grid and Chainlink, the graph and Chainlink today, but I will tomorrow, and I'll be at home in my comfy little office studio back again with my happy little painting in the background. And yeah, all right. Well, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.